I organized another build challenge in ARK Survival Ascended, this time for Lost Colony on my community servers, and as always the community has made some amazing base builds. From of course some Gothic themed bases to even a very modern looking one. There's some awesome creations here with a bunch of cool designs as well as a keen eye for the little decorations. Hello there survivors and welcome back to ARK Survival Ascended. Today we'll be exploring all of these awesome base creations, but if you're interested in joining these community servers yourselves, they're free to join. All you need to do is join my Discord and you'll find all of the information right there. If you want any information about the mods that we use, you can also find that on Discord, and if you have questions about the cosmetics that people might have used for any of these builds, just ask on Discord with a screenshot and people will be able to help you out. As always, if you enjoy seeing these types of builds and you want to continue to see more, make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and feel free to leave your suggestions for my next build down in the comments below. This base already just instantly looks amazing. The amount of little details here, just the entire aesthetic and vibe here, as well as the location here on the edge of a cliff, just really looks amazing. Integrating one of those magical forests that are here on Lost Colony with the glowy crystally plants everywhere. I think this one looks really cool. So let's head in and let's go check it out right away. So this one is definitely a really cool one here on top of a cliff with pretty good views of your surroundings, located right over here on the map. Definitely makes for a very cool and very interesting base design. We have a little bit of this forest here with the glowy effects, which is really cool. I love the look of this little house here, definitely capturing some of those Gothic styles in there. And then we also have a small little greenhouse over here, looking very nice. Looking a bit empty right now. I don't think there's any plants in there at the moment, but it definitely looks really cool. I like the shape of that. But definitely the main attraction is of course this house as well as the surroundings, because well, there's actually a bunch of like little paths and like a little garden around, which is really cool in this little forest, which has got some magical vibes. Looks really cool to just explore. And yeah, I like the look of this. I like the look of these paths. I think I want to explore those first, see what's out here. Loving these little hanging bridges. These sizes, like this limit, feels much more natural than some of the longer ones that I've seen. But yeah, this looks really cool, this magical forest. I think this just leads like to a little gazebo area here with a nice little spot to hang out. Lovely decorated. Some nice details around, and of course still some amazing views of the surroundings. Let's get back down into the main build here and let's walk up to the actual base itself. This is looking amazing. I'm really liking the look of this so far. There we go. It opens up for me. We have an entrance over here. Some lovely details around here as well. Definitely spent some good time decorating this all. Loving the color scheme on this and just the entire aesthetic and vibe. We've got a teleporter here, got a little build dock. I think this is a light, and then a nice landing platform for some flies out here with some rocks that have been placed here, I think to kind of smoothen out the terrain a little bit. But yeah, definitely makes for a very interesting and yeah, again, just the aesthetic, just the whole vibe of this place looks amazing. And I think then we have the main entrance right over here. I'm not quite sure what the best layer to enter the base is. I think I'm just going to start here at the bottom if I can, just to work my way up. This seems to be like the storage room. We've got a little pantry down here, got some crafting stations and a bunch of storage. We use visual storage on here, so that's those big bins back there. Looks to be a bunch of storage all around us. A little bit of snow still coming into the house, but I guess for the basement that's not the worst thing. And then we have a nice and cozy fire here in this round tower bit with some more crafting stations around us. Definitely very nice and cozy, but realistically, this is really all you need. And I think this is a single person tribe as well. So yeah, you don't need a lot of space. I actually kind of prefer these cozy bases sometimes. I've been locked out, so I'm going to kind of ghost my way through. I think I'm going to go walk then, just because that's easier to experience the aesthetics. There's still a Christmas tree here. I mean, we did start around Christmas, of course, so I guess that's fine. This is the main entrance, so this is where you would come in if you go through the main entrance. We have a very cozy living room in here with a nice fireplace, some bookcases around. Loving the attention to detail in here. It's looking very, very cool. Oh, this little nook. Oh, and also with the pet displays. I think the pet displays are really gonna transform how we can decorate interiors, because you can actually add your pets in there, get some really cute little things going. Also looks a little bit like a greenhouse because there's a bunch of plants growing here, but definitely some really cozy vibes, some amazing views. Look at this. This is some really nice views of your surroundings. Yeah, very, very nice and cozy. Little main room. We've got a cryo fridge here with the Australia skins looking amazing. The dino terminal here. Little reading nook over there as well. I'm not sure if I can go in here. I don't think I can. I'll do a little bit of ghosting later. We've got a lovely kitchen area here with a nice dining table. That looks amazing in here. Another cozy fireplace and more windows to enjoy your views from. So yeah, very cozy and an interesting looking kitchen area here. I'm loving those roofs. Yeah, those look really, really nice. And then we have a nice little balcony over here. Yeah, there's still much more to come. I am kind of curious now what's behind this door, so let's see what's in there. Oh, turns out this is just a tiny little balcony out here. But good to know. Don't want to miss anything. So let's continue our way up the stairs, I think, to the rest of the layers. Again, I really love the cozy aesthetic here. Over to this nice circular window here. Again, very cozy in here. Got another door. I think another tiny little balcony there to explore. And then we have the main bedroom, I assume. Yeah, there we go. Nice and cozy bedroom. Again, really liking the look of all of this. The attention to details, the decorations everywhere. It's looking really, really good. Really nice in general. Some amazing views as well. But yeah, the attention to detail inside is pretty incredible. Got to say, like, this is looking absolutely amazing. Such a good combination of a bunch of different mods, cosmetics, skins, and everything. Yeah, looking really, really cool. Let's go up even further. We got a little crafting station over here as well. I think this is a cam bench. And then we have two more rooms. We have a nice bathroom over here. Nice and cozy for sure. Very, very cool. And then we should have another room over here on the other side. Oh, there's another little room here, which again looks very cozy. Some really nice decorations on the inside. Yeah, just the whole aesthetic, the vibes of this place, it feels incredible. The attention to detail in this one is absolutely amazing. I love this one. I think we've reached the top now, so I think that is all the different layers. I think, let's just think about this. I think we've been everywhere. If that's the top layer, then we definitely should have been everywhere. Yeah, we've been in that bedroom. It looks so cool. And the attention to detail, the amount of details in this little build is definitely very, very awesome. Sometimes it's worth just sticking to a smaller base so you can go crazy on decorating without causing too many issues for yourselves or others. But yeah, this place looks amazing, and yeah, fabulously decorated for sure. This space takes a little bit more of a surprising approach to Lost Colony, of course, expecting to see a bunch of Gothic themed builds. This one definitely far from it. We have a very awesome looking modern build here with a very cool shaped main building. We have a little crafting hall next to it, a greenhouse, and also the future boss fight facility right next door with a bunch of cool decorations all the way around it. So let's head in, let's explore this space and see what they've been up to. And if you're wondering about the location, it is actually located right over here on the map, all the way at the edge. Really nice spot for building with a decent amount of space and also a decent amount of flat areas to work with for your builds. We're here right next to what looks to be the greenhouse. I figured we start right over here, looking very sleek and modern with all the new tech crop plots, of course. Some nice glass textures, as well as some very clean lines here with the other textures that they've used. Very, very nice. And also a little bit of decorations all the way around us. Let's not focus too much on the mess that's going on right next to it. I've been told not to include that one, but it's kind of hard to miss. It's kind of hard to miss. I can't believe you still need that after building all this. Well, yeah, some creatures are pretty big. Are pretty big indeed. I've also been told there's actually a walkway that connects all of these different builds around the back, which is quite cool in my opinion. And yeah, I like this simple but clean aesthetic for the greenhouse here. Let's move over to the other buildings. So we have the crafting hall right here in the middle. A little bit more of a cubey shape to this one, but definitely looking very, very cool. And yeah, I'm thinking this seems to be the main crafting and storage hall here. So everything should be able to be powered from here, I suppose. This is all the different crafting stations around, and then plenty of little storage opportunities around all of these other layers, as well as the dedicated storages. Looking very nice, very clean. Even more going on the other side as well. Yeah, very nice, nice looking build. I like these very clean boxes here too. And yeah, I'm guessing there's a little kitchen here. So yeah, this is the heart of the base, I suppose. The crafting, it all goes on here, and all of the storage areas too. Plenty of space around here. And then I'm guessing this is also connected here to the walkways at the back. Even more crafting out here. I always like a little bit of crafting outdoors. A grinder here. And I actually really like having these walkways around the edge of the cliff. I think there's just something very nice about that all. And I think this is a different access point here. We've got some creatures in between, some nice landscaping and detailing going on around here as well, with plenty of little bits around and nice plants all the way around here too. Looking very, very cool. And then we of course have the main building itself, which looks definitely very cool and very impressive. There seems to be a bunch of little landscaping around to just kind of blend it all in together with the rest of the surroundings. And let's go and check out what this build has to offer us. But in general, it offers some really cool modern shapes here. I think it was based on a real life building. I forgot which one, but it's definitely looking like some very cool architecture and a cool use and blend of different skins. We have, I'm guessing is the main entrance to the build right over here. And then we have some really cool displays here. Always love a good Dermis display. So we got a Jack display in this corner. Oh, we got the boss sickles there. We got a little Dutch display over here. Very cool, especially with the moving Aureliacs as well. Very nice. I like how this is so fucking tiny, even though it's normally massive. And then we have Nessa over here. Very, very cool. And then Hermit in the other corner. I like this. I always like a good Dermis display. Just brings a lot of life and character to a place. Is this already... Oh, I can't believe this is already the other exit. It kind of feels bigger from the outside, I suppose, like foundation-wise, but I guess it is pretty compact after all. So let's see what these other layers have to offer. I'm guessing there's a bunch of bedrooms for the different tribe mates with their personal storage, etc. So yeah, they all have their own personal rooms. Really, really cool. There we go. And then all the way background. So yeah, everyone has their own room here in the main building. Oh, jumpy pads. Oh, their jumpy pads are somewhere else for the next layer. There we go. We've made it to the next layer. I think this is where a bit of breeding happens, maybe. Looks like it, at least. There we go. We got some sheep going on here. Oh, there appear to be breeding sharks. That's not how you breed sharks. You do need a bit more water for that. Oh, and then we have some gloons here, some Vilwin. Everything going on. We have the drakelings and the otters. There we go. Looking very, very cool. And then we can move on to the next layer. We have some bigger creatures here. The Theres, the Desmodus. Oh, this one is... That's a mean looking Desmodus. That's looking very cool. Then we got some Yutis, of course. Some Snow Owls, some Rexes. Plenty of cryo storage around the edges as well. Some Ossodon that they've managed to somehow fit in here too. And then all the sorted cryo storage all the way around. And then it appears that there's even more layers up top here. This might just be to reach all the different creatures. Can we get all the way to the top? I thought we might be, but I don't think so. I guess this is the top layer. It is the top. Very cool base. Very nicely designed over here, especially, of course, all the displays. And I guess we have the transmitter sending the beam all the way through the middle. Looking quite cool indeed. Yeah, really nice, nice aesthetic here. I mean, I always love a good modern build, and this one is definitely looking very, very nice. We're going to continue here on the walkways along the edge. So yeah, we have there the main base, but then there in the distance, the round building is actually where the future boss fights are going to be started from. It's also looking very, very nice in a similar kind of aesthetic. And yeah, we haven't actually launched a boss fight from there yet. I think the next one is going to be launched from there, but it's looking very nice as a building, that's for sure, in a similar style, but then a round effect, of course, for the boss battle radius. And yeah, I'm liking the aesthetic of these walkways. As I said, I just always liked this kind of vibe around the cliff, and some nice infrastructure. So we have a nice platform around the bottom here, of course, whether you arrive by ground, I guess, but I'm guessing most people will either fly in or teleport in, which you can also do on the inside. And then this is how we access the boss arena. So this is how you teleport in. There is a bunch of explanations on the walls, which is always important. You can donate here for the boss fight, so if you have tributes or sigils, you can leave them there. And then we can jump up to the next layer. This is where all the gear and other necessary components for the boss fight will be contributed, and it looks like we're actually getting number systems here going on, so people can, you know, pick up their stuff that they need for the fight, the creature, etc., from the box, and once they're ready, they'll go up through here to the boss arena, and then we're in here, and this is where the future boss fights are going to be launched from. I'm actually really excited about this because we never really built any boss arena things, but it's actually a really fun thing to build, so maybe We should do that more often. Definitely a cool looking build for sure. Maybe I should actually, I've never really designed a boss arena. Maybe I should design my very own boss arena someday. But yeah, this one is very, very cool. The modern vibes, of course, fitting the rest of the base. And yeah, very interested to launch a boss fight from here. And yeah, that's what we do here on the community servers. Again, a really cool base. A really nice and big base, but liking the look of it, especially those dermis displays down in the main base. But in general, a really cool build, cool views of course here of the surroundings with those walkways all around. And yeah, there we go, really cool base. So we are here at one of the watchtowers, as you can see here on Lost Colony, very close to the city, of course, right on the edge. And there's a whole tribe base built into this tower, which is actually pretty cool. You can see the main building there right in the middle on one of the platforms. Then they've also utilized the top platform for even more breeding spaces, I believe. And there's actually something hidden all the way at the bottom here as well. They've managed to infiltrate that and use that as part of their base. So a pretty decent base spot in total. And yeah, let's go and check it out right away. Before we do that, of course, the location. We are located right over here on the map, right on the very edge of the city. And you can already see there is some structures down here. We'll get to that in a little bit. For now, we will start at the very top. I think that's going to be the way that we're going to tackle this watchtower. And yeah, it seems like there's mostly like breeding spaces up here, which of course make a lot of sense. There is definitely a ton of space up here, so it does make sense to utilize that, especially for these bigger creatures that take up so much space. You can see Gigatus motors here as well. We just managed to do first boss fights on the cluster, which is quite exciting. But yeah, you can see plenty of space here, even for these big floating dragons. Like these platforms as well. This is almost like you can easily get onto them, start flying around on these beautiful Chinese dragons. And yeah, I'm not quite sure what the circular buildings are for. Could just be more breeding spaces. I do know that this one is filled with gloons, so maybe this was for the neophytes, but I'm pretty sure that's been patched now, so I don't know. Could also just be a disco, to be honest. Could also just be a gloon disco up here. Very, very possible. And if that is the case, that's probably even cooler. That would be way, way more exciting. I'm gonna go quickly leave now because there's a lot of gloon noises, and it gets a little bit annoying when there's too many of them in the same spot. But yeah, this seems to be quite a practical little bit on top of here, and I'm pretty sure there's some floors underneath here as well. As you can see, got some nice walkways all the way around. And then I'm gonna assume, yeah, we got plenty of more breeding spots out here. So yeah, very well utilized of this little tower and the platforms and the little pockets of space in between these. Yeah, we can see all the walkways around, enjoy the views of our surroundings, of course. There we go. Very nice views of the city. And yeah, decent amount of space here for breeding projects for sure. I do see a bunch of televators, which is from ASR mod we use. Just checking, there's no staircase here. There's another televator here, so I wonder what that's all for. This seems to go right into the main crafting hall. So this is pretty far down, I would say. So maybe these are slightly less far down. This might be like separate rooms. Yeah, this is like the cool glass wall that's been created. So this looks out over the city. And then I think there's more layers here. Not entirely sure. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, there's just a bunch of layers here. I guess more spaces still to be utilized. I do see a little Rex head poking through there. Let's see if there's... Oh, there is something in this one. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of things in here. Not entirely sure what these guys are up to, but I guess they might be breeding there. Let's see if there's anything interesting in one of these before I miss anything. No, this one is empty. Just shows you how much space they still have got left. There's tons of spaces in here. Tons and tons. No, this is where I've been. I went to the wrong one. There we go. Yeah, so there's plenty of these spaces. Most of them seem empty. But I guess they will never run out of space, that's for sure. That is a lot of room available. So let's go over into the main crafting hall that they use. So this is their main base, the main survival place, the main, well, crafting, storage, etc. Everything, I think, and also like the main building with some really nice big windows, nice big gate as well to easily get in and out of here. Seems pretty nicely organized as well. Look at all this. Plenty of Dino Depot terminals. And then they've got all the tribe beds right here lined up with each other. Very, very nice. You got some nice views of our surroundings. The sun setting on the outside. And a bunch of cool looking villa in here as well. Yeah, very nice looking tribe base. So this is a decently sized tribe, and they've got some more room in here for some breeding, I guess, because this was the main base for a long time before they expanded. Yeah, there we go. We have the storage system down here. We have a pantry, etc. Got like a little sheep in the corner. So yeah, this is the main bit, and then it looks like there's some access to the greenhouse up here. Looking and sounding disgusting. Well, it's looking amazing, but it's sounding disgusting. These new plants, they're not my favorites. I don't like the sounds, but I like the look of this. I like the fact that it's indoor. Yeah, that looks amazing. Just a nice and floaty greenhouse in the main crafting hall, which is pretty cool. And then I think there's some more stuff over here. So potentially, yeah, we can teleport up here. Doesn't seem to be anything there in particular. And then I do think there's also another way here. I guess this is just to go up. There we go. These might be the bedrooms, I'm guessing. They could be. So we got a room over here. There we go. Plenty of space out here. Got the start of a room here. I think there used to be a wall here, but there's no wall anymore. Got a little bit of room there. Okay, well, we're going to try and see which rooms have been decorated. Oh, there's a little bit in here. Oh, there we go. This has got a nice view of the valley. There we go. That is very, very cool. So I'm guessing this is someone's bedroom. Some nice cupboards in here. Nice for fire. Little bedroom. There we go. Very cozy over here. I think I'm going to have to start floating around just so that I can go through doors. There's another one over here. There we go. This looks very cozy instantly. You got a nice fireplace, bunch of decorations all around us. Again, some lovely views over surroundings. The fireplace, a whirlwind hangout, a little library. Really using that Castlecraft deco mod here to the fullest, and maybe a little bit of the western one as well. But yeah, this is looking very nice. Then we have a nice balcony out here, enjoying the views of Lost Colony. Yeah, this is looking really nice. Oh, there's even a another way up here. There we go. I think this might be the main bedroom. There we are. Nice and cozy. Lovely decorations here. Plenty of big windows to enjoy the views of the surroundings, which is always nice. And yeah, this is looking very nice. Very nice indeed. Let's see if we can find a few more rooms to check out. We had that room over there already. think there was another closed door here, so let's check out if... Oh, geez. We're in outer space all of a sudden. And there we go. Very different aesthetic in here. But another nice and cozy bedroom. With a nice view on the outside. And look at this, a bathroom. Very, very nice. Very important. There we go. Yeah, this is a totally different aesthetic, but looking very nice. Oh, there's a little room down here. Nothing much there. Okay, well, let's see if we can find a way back. I think that covers... Yeah, this is where I started. So I think I've covered all of the bedrooms in here. Which means we've covered all the bedrooms. There should be a way further down. I think it might be over here. Yeah, this brings us to the outside on top of the entrance. This is in front of the entrance. But I'm pretty sure there's also a way into the middle. Maybe it's not this one then? There we go, it's this one. So now we're all the way at the bottom of the main structure, and there's actually just a bunch of space on the inside here. So they've utilized this for, I think, mainly breeding projects as well. As you can see, there's a bunch of space here for your bigger creatures, and it's instantly safe. You just need some foundations, which they've had down here for a while. And yeah, you can actually use the inside of this structure, which is really cool and really handy, of course, because I mean there's a bunch of space in here. As you can see, you have these lovely structure pieces with the windows, etc. It's such a shame that most of these structures you can't actually get into. I think the fact that you can get to this one is mostly seems to be an accident. I don't think this was necessarily intended, but it's quite nice that you can, because as you can see, there is so much space in here. It really should have just been possible to enter these in the first place, let's be honest, because yeah, it's just very, very useful. But yeah, I think one of the main entrances is somewhere around here. That's probably why there's a gate there, but I know it from the outside, and yeah, means that you have a decent amount of space here. So yeah, from the outside there's this little crack basically which you can go through, and then if this gate isn't there, you go right into this main bit. So yeah, if you're wondering or you're trying to use this location, that's how you get into the underneath area, and yeah, utilize this for even more space. But as you could see, it's a pretty big location. They definitely did a really good job with it, and as a whole, it's just a very nice structure by itself already, of course, but now with the fact that they've added this whole platform in the middle and all the breeding areas up there too, it's a really cool tribe base. And we're still on Lost Colony, but this is definitely looking a lot more cozy here along one of the many cool little river pockets that are spread out over the map, with like a little bit more greenery and just a warmer feeling in general all around it, for another very Gothic looking base, also using some of the brand new Gothic Citadel cosmetics by the looks of it, looking really, really cool. So yeah, let's head in and see what it is like. Instantly looks very cool. We got like a circular base at the back, we got a waterfall right behind it, and we got some really cool Gothic architecture going on. If you're wondering about the location, it is right over here on the map, and yeah, it looks like you can teleport in here. We're right on top of a river. Quite cool spot. Almost feels like a little safe haven inside of the cold environment of Lost Colony itself. And let's go inside. There we go. I have made it inside. I had to coast through the gate, but that is fine. Look at this. This is actually very nice on the inside. I like the bright floors. Makes it feel a lot more warm and cozy, like the surroundings, rather than being very like Gothic-y and cold maybe on the inside. This is a lot more cozy, but definitely looks very nice. So yeah, we have the circular base going all the way around. Looks like we have a nice little pool right there in the middle as well, which is quite cool indeed. And then we can walk all the way around, of course. We got some library going on here, and I think This might be a room leading off to the side. Oh yeah, I like some of these pieces for sure. That looks very, very nice. We got the bedroom over here with a gloon hanging out and some water splashing up from the waterfall. Definitely, you know, a fun place to call home, I suppose. This is a lot of water splashing all about. I think for Shark that would make for a great place to live, for sure. And it looks like we have some crafting off to the sides, definitely, because I do see a forge over there, and there has to be more because, well, this circle doesn't really have any crafting stations in it at all. So let's check out the side buildings. I'm gonna have to ghost through the sides a little bit. So yeah, this was an entrance, I think, but it leads to this building which doesn't seem to have anything in there yet. I do like that. It might also just have been for the symmetry of both sides. There is, of course, the other side here that we already saw has the forge in it. So this is where everything is smelted. And there we go. There is a bunch of crafting stations in here. Nice and cozy, nice and tight. Everything in one spot. And then a second layer here for a little bit of extra space here. A little kitchen area. Just utilizing every little bit of space, I suppose. Looking quite nice, actually. You know, nice and tidy setup. Loving some of these walls designs as well. Like, lovely details all around. And then there's a visual storage crane here so that you can easily drop off and unload your stuff. Is that everything? That feels very small for the entire base, but I guess it did say it was still a work in progress. So I guess that compact area is just literally the whole crafting, which is quite impressive actually. But this is already looking very nice. I'm quite curious to see what it will end up as. But yeah, this is already really cool. It's a really cool spot, to be honest. Like, yeah, it's just such a nice and calm and almost peaceful looking place out here, hidden away in the waterfall, in the water here. Yeah, looking very nice. Next up, we're taking a look at this cathedral, and that is definitely looking like another big base built over here. It's not fully finished, I have been told, so we'll just see what they've managed to be able to build so far, but it's definitely looking like a pretty impressive building already. And yeah, liking the way this looks. It's going to be a big base, and I'm going to also try not to get lost. This was also one of the instructions, so we'll see. We'll try our best and give it a good go. So here we are on Lost Colony. You can see the city in the background. So let's first of all take a look at the coordinates. It's located right over here on the map, so pretty central all in all. And yeah, we have definitely a very big base here with, I think so, at least plenty of space on the inside here of this cathedral. Looking very, very nice indeed. And I think we better get going on the inside. I have been told to bring something that emits light because there might not be enough lights yet. So let's just see. Let's hope for the best. And I mean, I'm gonna definitely get lost here. Like, it's a big base. Big bases are difficult if you haven't been there before, but let's see. We will just have to give it a go. So I think the bottom layer mostly is used for breeding, I have been told. So that is, I think, what is going on right over here. And then we have a beautiful looking main hall here. Definitely some really nice looking structures, a bunch of creatures all the way around, and we have the tech replicator all the way at the back here. And there's plenty of sunlight coming in here right now, which is definitely very helpful to keeping this place alight. We have some of a Veilwind, we have a bunch of different creatures. I'm guessing all breeding projects, or at least that's what it sounds like. If this is the breeding room, some Theries, some UTs here right at the front too. And then I guess the surge begins for a way to the next layers. This might be the way we get there. Oh my god, if it's going to be such tiny rooms to get up to the next layers, I'm definitely gonna end up getting lost them, aren't I? So I'm guessing these might be like the different rooms for all the tribe members. There's another bed right here. Just gonna try and follow a pattern so that I won't get lost too much. But yeah, definitely a bunch of little rooms off to the sides here. I'm guessing for each of the different tribe members here. This is a rather big tribe, and there seems to be a few tribe members currently logged out over here. I was going to try and get to the other side. Not entirely sure I can do so. I'd rather not go to the next layer before I've scouted out all of this. Oh, there seems to be a little kitchen area going on here. Some missing skins, but that's probably just because it shows you and then you relog in and it's gone. It's always a bit annoying about skins, but yeah, cozy little kitchen. And well, I'm just gonna fly over to the other side so I don't miss out on that, because otherwise I might lose my way and forget. Got a bit of crafting up here, but I think if we go all the way over to this side again, then this might house a few more bedrooms over here. There we go. We got one over here. We got another one. Oh, look at this. Nice and cozy indeed. And then we have a few more, I think, over this way. There we go. And then finally a bathroom at the very end. So yeah, both sides have a bunch of bedrooms going on. And then we should be able to go up to the next layer and see what else we can find. Seems to be some pantries up here, as well as a bunch of the storage. So I'm guessing this is the main storage area, interconnected back to this place. I'm really trying not to get lost and not to miss anything, but it gets pretty complicated sometimes trying to explore these bases. But yeah, this seems like the main storage system up here. And then I'm not entirely sure. Oh, there we go. This could be the main crafting room, I suppose. There we go. We got a bunch of crafting stations all around. Beautiful windows again, letting in a decent amount of light. I think it's a good thing I'm coming here during the day. Not sure what's behind that. I'm pretty sure that's going to just be maybe a tower or a balcony or something of the sort. But yeah, we have a lovely tower out here. Yeah, I'm guessing that other one is just going to be a similar tower to this. Yeah, there's definitely an abundance of space here. This tower has a forge in it. Nice and easy. Nice and spacious base for sure. Not sure. I mean, I'm guessing that's another tower then. There's even more to find though. We can go even higher. This was a pretty tall base, so yeah, expect there will be plenty of different heights. And I guess these towers will have a room on each layer. Might not be able to get to each of them though, but we'll see what we can get to. Oh, this is for the elevators, I guess. Yeah, so this is an easy way to get up and down. Actually seem to be able to use them myself, which is always nice. So yeah, I'm guessing this is where they can fly in and out, because there's a door here, plenty of flyers here, and the gathering tames, and then the crane to unload it all into the storage system, which is quite useful for sure. But it goes even higher. We're not there yet. Oh, this looks like it is a bit of a greenhouse here. We have some nice balconies off to the sides here with plenty of little details and all of these towers that we found before. Oh, I'm guessing that there is some elevators here for a reason. It's to get all the way to the top. There we go. Very nice. Again, trying my best not to get lost, not to forget anything. There we go, another balcony. This is a pretty cool view though, right? Looking out over the city. Pretty nice place, you know, pretty central spot. I like these elevators bringing you from one layer to the other. That is, of course, a lot quicker than going by the stairs. So let's see if there's another layer up here. There should be, because we could see some more plants growing here. So yeah, I guess this is another layer of greenhouse. And then we have another layer up here with a tower of some sort. We are a little bit higher up in the cathedral now. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't totally finished, but they told me that. Still looking pretty nice. Like some of these spikes especially. They look quite cool. And then I think we can go even higher. We're not there yet. There we go. We're now in the top of the main tower, I suppose. But there's apparently even more in here. We can go all the way up to the transmitter to transfer out. Oh, doesn't let me elevator up any higher than this. So this might be the very top layer. Yeah, that is a pretty cool base. Pretty big, and definitely very, very big for sure. And well, I mean, makes sense. It's a pretty big tribe, and they seem to have organized themselves pretty well with breeding, crafting, storage, everything going on all in this cathedral.